Hey guys, this is Garies. Welcome back to another episode of Survival Done. We are back here in Minecraft Plus and we are going to do something nice or interesting again today. Hopefully interesting. We are going to make a mob farm because we need some bones. A lot of bones actually. So that is for our tree farm that we made in the previous episode. Ooh, cool. Look at that. It actually grew all by itself. I just want to grab a sapling so that we can plant it again. I wonder if we can make a dispenser to plant a sapling. That would be very interesting. Actually, there's no place that we can dump it actually, because over here is this. Over there is that, over there is that. I wonder if we can put the dispenser on that block. That would be interesting to know. But okay, so we have our second tree. Cool. Okay, so I harvested a few trees because we are going to need a couple of wood for oak trapdoors. Oak trapdoors, easy to make, and a couple of ladders. So as you can see by the title, and I actually just said it, we are going to make an or a mob farm. So I've decided to make it up there. Let me go show you guys where we want to go down. Okay, right up here is going to be where it's going to be. So it's going to be up here in the air somewhere, and the mobs is going to fall right there and kill themselves. Okay, and then actually no, they're not going to kill themselves right there. There's going to be a pad that we can come up to and kill them manually for XP. So it's going to double as an XP farm. And then we're going to switch a lever, and sticky pistons is going to pull the floor apart, and it's going to let the mobs drop down deeper down, and then it will fall. Then they will fall themselves to death. Okay, so we'll make some sort of route from here up to there. We'll see how we do that. And then when they fall into that hole and die somewhere in that hole, we are going to have a system that brings all the drops right back here into our base. So there's two ways of doing this. So one way, cheapest way, is to put water down here and let the water just move the items all the way up to here into a hopper, and the hopper to chests here. So we're going to have 3 double chests back to back. So we'll need to take away that one as well. Actually, we'll need to make this higher so that we can pass. But anyway, that does not matter at this moment. And it will fill these 3 double chests, and we'll have, once we can get to nether quartz, we'll have a comparator here switching on a light so that we know, listen here, chest is full, stop producing things. And maybe we'll automate it so much that it switches on a light in the mob spawner so that it stops the mob spawner. We'll see how that works out. So we are going to use a very simple, very easy way of doing this. So there's 2 ways that we're going to do this. Okay, so first iteration or first version will be just they have to walk off the edge to fall into the hole. Okay, and we actually need 2 buckets of water. Oh wait, I was still busy explaining down here. So the one way is using water to move the items to the chest, and the other one is to use droppers. Not droppers, hoppers. So we've already talked about hoppers in a previous, or the episode before last, and if we point it to the chest, it puts in items in a chest. But what happens if you put two hoppers in front of each other, pointing it towards the next one? They move items from the first item to the next. So let me quickly show you guys that. So this is a safer way in that it actually won't let the items despawn. Okay, let's make all of them. With water, the items can lag, and there's always items in the world which makes you that lags the world, etc. So pretty much the same as we can point it towards the chest by sneaking excuse me, and sneaking right clicking on the chest, it points towards chest. If you just normally, it points towards bottom. Okay, so if you pick this up and you look at that, you can chain them together like that. You see, the one points to the next. So if I drop items there, it will move to this one, and there it is. And pretty much the same way, if we use a chest, and we have more chests now. If we put a chest here, so this is a very miniaturized system of what we're going to do there. We're going to have hoppers on the other side where the hole comes down, and we'll have a chain of hoppers going up to here with 3 chests. So now this chest, I'm just going to put it in, so it's exactly the same thing as dropping it on there, and we'll move to the chest. Okay, so a nice other thing how the hoppers work. Okay, let's pick them up. So if you have multiple chests, so imagine those two are chests, okay, so you can stack them. You can have hopper pointing to that, hopper pointing to that, and then we'll chain this one. Oops, not that one. Okay, you probably already saw what just happened. Okay, so if we dump stuff in here, okay, so we're going to have more than 5 stacks. Okay, just barely. Okay, so they will move down the line to that one, and this one will take above him as well. So it will fill up, and as soon as this one is filled with 5 stacks, so let's just fill this one up. I think that would be easier to show. So it will fill up one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. So it's not very super fast, but it's reliable, and you know it's working. So once this fills up, and it's filled, go to the next one, and now this one will start filling up. So if you have chests on top of each other, you can have one line coming in and filling all these rows of chests. Pretty much exactly what we're going to do here. So we're going to have a row of chests here, row of chests here, and a row of chests here. Pretty much the same that we have here, but 3 here. And at the top row, we'll have the hopper coming in and filling these 3 hoppers down here, which will fill these 3 chests. So I hope that I explained that properly. So let's get building building the mob farm, and then once we get to this, I'll show you exactly what I meant. Okay, so first things first, we are going to have this block be one of the drop downs. So maybe we move it back a bit so that we have space to stand here. Yes, I think that will work. Maybe let's move it down 1. So we'll move all this dirt down 1 so that we have a place that will be our XP farm basically. Okay, so what I'm doing here is making space for the pistons. Okay, we'll have to put that there. Okay, and I'm using sticky pistons so that, let's just get this, it needs to be cobblestone actually, just for strength. Okay, let me go grab redstone quickly. Okay, so we are going to let redstone run back there. Okay, why is because this is going to be the killing pad, so we can't have redstone right next to it. So basically over here is going to be a wall, and over here is going to be a wall. Okay, so all the mobs will drop here and we will kill them. Okay, so we'll have a channel. Let's just quickly light up this area a bit, just so that mobs don't spawn in the immediate vicinity. Alright, so we'll have a type of, oops, well, not a channel, a chute coming down here, and then we can kill the mobs. Now you ask me, what about the small zombies? Good question. We are going to put slabs at the top and we'll drop this another half a block, so we'll have slabs running here going down excuse me, going down somewhere there where we can come back here, and that's how we're going to do that. But I'm going to use the chute or the hole to access the what do you call it, the mob spawner today. Okay, so let's see, everything is now connected, so we'll just run redstone down here. So what's nice is we can actually put a lever there. Remember what I showed you guys in the redstone basics video? If we power this block, it will give a signal to the block right next to it. So that will give a signal to all these pistons and they will extend. And then if I pull, whoops, it will retract. Okay, but if we put that over there, mobs, if we hit mobs, we can accidentally break that and it will fall and mobs might be able to get out and kill us. So we're not going to do that. So what we'll do is, okay, killing floor will be there. So if it's like this, there will be a hole and the mobs will drop down in this hole and fall themselves to death. Right here is going to be at level 22. Okay, you know what, for now let's just put it there. Okay, so at here is level 22 or 21. So we'll have 21 blocks, or maybe let's make it 20 blocks, because I'm not 100% sure what the amount is. It's either 20 or 21 or something like that. 21 blocks that a mob needs to drop to be a one-hit kill, so you can hit them with your bare hands and you don't have to waste the durability on a sword or whatever you want. Okay, so that's this basics done. As I said, we'll have that and we'll actually have it enclosed properly so that if a creeper explodes by any chance, it won't necessarily hurt this. Okay, 2 power, so we're actually a bit far off, because I'm thinking of maybe extending it one further, but then we can just put a repeater in. Remember I showed you about a repeater. Okay, let's start. Okay, so what I'll do, maybe we should use a outsiders access. Yes, maybe that will work. And that's also why I have 22 ladders, because that's 21. Okay, so we'll go up and we'll build upwards. Okay, so I'm going to build till we run out of ladders and I'll bring you back. Okay, so here is my very basic mob spawner. Okay, so this is just one part of it. Don't think this is the whole one. Okay, so up to here is 21 blocks, so they need to fall down here, but some of them will fall a little bit further and will be killed anyway, which is fine, I don't mind. Okay, so what we're going to do is put 2 waters in here. I just want to make a water source. Then we kill these two. And they will push all mobs down here. Okay, why I'm doing it at 2x2 is for spiders as well. I want to get spiders in here as well. Oh no, that one is too close, or too far. Okay, not a problem. We'll quickly shorten it one. Okay. There we go. Okay, so they drop here. Okay, so for now, I'm just going to close this hole so that we have a place to get out, in and out of. Okay. So I'm thinking let's build it just in one direction. You can build it both, but we're just going to build it in one direction. Okay. So we make a massive platform into this direction. Okay, so the platform is built, and here's a basic idea. So mobs will spawn here without the water, so let's just pick up the water for now. I was just making sure the distance was fine. Okay, they will walk around here, and then eventually they'll get to the edge and not move one bit. Okay, so let me just quickly cover this. This is ice, because we are at above a certain Y level, and or it's a taiga biome, either one of the two, and water freezes. So just put a torch and it will unfreeze. Once it's covered like this, it will actually stop freezing. Okay, anyway, let's get back to it. So they will get to the edge and they will stop walking. So what you can do is you can use these things place them everywhere and just unlock it like so, and the mobs will register that this is a excuse me, a full block, and they will attempt to walk here, and once they walk here they will fall off, get here and fall down the chute. Okay, so that's the basic premise of it. Okay, let me quickly go sleep. Okay, so we're back here. So they will attempt to walk here and fall down, and then the water will push them to the chute. Okay, so that's for the first level. But unfortunately, they will take a while to walk from here to that side. So what we'll do, we'll have a water bucket flowing here and pushing them to that side. So we'll use a piston, pretty much the same setup we did there. So we'll open up a hole here. So it will only be a slit down the side. And on the outside, oops, not that far. We will have a channel of water running all the way, so I'm just going to block it off for now, and then basically the water will come there and it will push here. So depending on how the piston reacts, it will pull or push the water. Okay, so but that's later. We're not going to do that right now. We need a lot more resources to switch on pistons on and off. Well, we can do it now. We do have a lot of reason, but we just want a basic setup for now. So that's why I said earlier revision 1. So revision 2 is going to have the redstone. So, and then the same thing will happen this side. See, that's why there's a ledge this side. So we'll have water pushing that side and push all the mobs here. So it will have a time for them to spawn, and then we'll switch the lever. The pistons will switch off or on depending on how we set it up. Water will flow, pushing all the mobs over the edge, and will come here. But for now we will have to do it old school. So we are going to have let me just make sure I didn't work this out beforehand, sorry. Just want to make sure 1, 2, yes, that works out. Okay, so we will have, just want to make sure. Okay, that works. And then we will have these. Let me quickly finish this, and then I'll meet you on that level. Okay, so we are here on the next level. So we were just down there, and I've placed these strips basically, so these will be spawning strips, and exactly the same thing as at the bottom. Mobs will spawn here. They will think about walking over to that side, to their friend over there, and they will fall in, dropping here. And I've been thinking maybe we should enable this water to flow permanently for now, until so that we can push all the mobs over to that side. I think that will be a very good idea to do. And okay, so we'll have a few of these floors, and they will switch intermittently. So the next level up, so I'll just do a quick one just to make sure I explain this properly. I know I have a tendency to struggle explaining what's going on in my head. Okay, so wall there. Okay, so this time the spawning pad is here, this side, then a drop, spawning pad, drop, spawning pad, etc. So at the top it will be a drop, a spawning pad going right through, a drop, spawning pad, so that they drop here and fall here, so that they don't get hurt that much. Okay, and then once they drop here, going here, and then they will get killed at the bottom. So that's why I said some of them will fall a little bit more, some of them won't. So hopefully this 2 or 3 drops won't hurt them too much. Let's see. I don't think they will get hurt. Yeah, no, it's too low. I did wonder of making it free ice so that we have Enderman as well, but unfortunately then the water will make them spawn out. So only Enderman that will make it, basically, if we don't have this water there, that is the ones that walk here and walk exactly down this spot. So unfortunately that is not feasible at this moment. Okay, so let me put a few more layers on here. I'll need more wood because this is taking 2 stacks of wood basically, just to stack and a half, just to get 1 level done. So I think we have 1 level, 2. Let's do 2 for now. I think that will be sufficient. We can always expand. It's expandable at least. And with a ladder on the outside we can climb up to the top, continue with bolt, and then just open where we need to. Okay, so it's getting dark again, so let me finish this up and I'll bring you back once we're here, or once we have the next levels. Okay, so we are done. So in place of this one I added a whole second layer, so we have 3 layers to have spawns on now. Okay, so I just quickly went to make some more oak trapdoors. So just want to place them. We have a little problem. I can't jump. Oops. Okay, that one is still working. So unfortunately with the roof here I can't jump at all over the gaps. So it's a bit frustrating. Okay, so what happens now is we just make sure we have all the trapdoors in place. Then we'll go kill all the torches, and then we should start getting spawns. Okay, so let me quickly finish this up and I'll bring you back. Okay, so let's test this out quickly. Okay, so unfortunately small zombies will be able to get to us there, so if we do this, Let's go grab these things. So this will help us to determine if this is deep enough as well, which we hope it is. Okay, and then we place some slabs this side. See, and then we can hit them from here. Because a full block we can't hit them. So like this is good. We can hit them, switch a lever, see if they will fall themselves to death. So that's what we are going to try and do. Oh, and I need to place that water line up behind there, otherwise this won't work. You know what, let's do this. So that we have a place to enter and exit more easily. Okay. So let me quickly build the water line here, and I'll bring you back after that's done. Okay, let's see how many times I can die. Okay, so now comes a fun part. We have to break all the torches, place the water. I built the channel, just need to place the water, but the thing is... Oh wait, no. I can... No, won't work. Won't work. Okay, never mind. So let's see how many times we'll die. Okay, so if we break that... Ooh, no. Break that. Oh, fun stuff. Okay, last one can be broken. Now, let's see, spawning. Oh yeah, there's a lot of spawning area. Break you. Oh, probably need to break the ladder as well. Break that ladder, break that block. So I'm going to place another torch at the bottom. Maybe just a little piece of mud. Sorry, we're running out of time. Okay. That's that done. Okay, now we need to start placing water. Oh, that does not work, really. There we go. Okay, so that means I'll have to do this the wrong way around. Give me a torch. Oh yes, we can do that. Just while we build this. Okay, so if we grab that water, place it there, grab that, no, place it there, break this, grab that water. Ah, okay, that actually does not work. Okay, so like this you'll need to figure out how to force the water to make an infinite water source. Until we can reach the other side, which isn't too far at least. Okay, I think that's all. Now you know what, mobs might be able to get stuck there, which is okay. We'll make it work somehow. Okay, so we're almost done. Sorry for taking so long. That should be as dark as it gets. Okay. So if we do that, mobs should start spawning. Okay, any minute now. So the problem is they just need to start walking first. Usually they only start moving when you're in 28 blocks away. Okay, maybe we should call the episode now. And we'll come back in the next episode. I'll let it run for a while and see if it's working. Otherwise, I'll bring you back in the next episode and we'll discuss what's going on, why it's not working. It should actually work. Don't know why it hasn't seen anything yet. But yes. So let's call it an episode here. Thank you for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope I showed you something interesting with this build. It's a very basic build, very cheap, just cobblestone and water and a handful of redstone and a couple of pistons, and you're done. You don't even need to use that way of using sticky pistons. So if you don't have slimes, you can just move the pistons one forward, and the pistons extendable arms or whatever you want to call it, you can use that in place of the cobblestone until you get slimes. But yes, so that's our mob spawner. Very basic, very straightforward. We'll make a revision 2 where we can switch a lever on and off to manage if it pushes the mobs on or off the pad, and then we'll break it down and build a whole new one. As I discussed in the previous episode, we'll build Monkey Farm's mob spawner. Okay, but once again, we're going to call it here. Thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers!